Hi guys, Christy here from Just Saying. Let's make another card. This is going to be the fourth of my weeks of Christmas cards. I'm starting out with some traditional colors of red and green, going back to the typical colors of Christmas. And I have a fairly easy card. I say that, it's more complex than it looks. It took me a while to figure out what I wanted to do. Start off with some boo-boos. Here I'm stamping a wreath with some snowflakes, but I couldn't quite get the symmetry. Trying that one, that was a bigger stamp. Yeah, it took a while. So what I've come up with is symmetrical. It's a wreath, and it's Merry Christmas. I'm just going to fold this so you guys can see maybe better. I'm not sure if that helps. I'm changing my lighting a little bit. Oh, there you go. Okay. So green snowflakes and red snowflakes, trying to show a wreath that I've got going on this card, and I've just realized I haven't completely finished it. So let me just, where did my finished card go? Oh, well, missed a step on this one, but that's okay, I'll add it when I'm done showing you what I'm doing. Okay, so the symmetry in this card was very deceiving on how to figure out how to get it with just stamping. I needed a bit of a template, and after doing some Pinterest searching, I figured it out. So I'm just going to start off with colors and dimensions here. I'm using Garden Green and Cherry Cobbler with Whisper White on top. My Garden Green is cut and scored to be a 5.5 by 4.25 card. The Cherry Cobbler is 5 1/4 by 4. And then the Whisper White is 5 3 3/4. I'm using a stamp set from Stampin Up that I can never remember the name of. Oh, there's my finished card. Little bow on the wreath. I purchased the stamp set a long time ago. Well, not a long time ago. It feels like maybe 2 Christmases ago. And it didn't come with its own label and case, and I just haven't printed it off and filled it in here. I think it's Winter Wishes. It has a lot of sentiments, and it has 3 snowflakes in it. So that's what I'm using, just this stamp set for the card. So let's get started on this one. I've pre-cut my Garden Green, scored it. I've put a layer of Whisper White on the inside to give me a writing surface. I then have my Cherry Cobbler piece of cardstock. This is the boring part that you're probably not really excited to watch me do, but I'm going to show you how this card comes together. I just realized my scoring was off on this one. A little bit extra adhesive. Alright, here's the fun part of this card. Taking my layer of Whisper White cardstock and one of the pieces of scrap from the attempts at making this card, I'm just going to put a little bit of temporary adhesive on this, just so that it can hold its place and doesn't stick permanently. Somewhere in the middle, up at the top, is what I'm going for. And I'm going to start with the largest of the snowflakes. This is going in Garden Green. I'm using the outside edges of the snowflake to kind of line them up around the circle. The stamp has this natural curve in it, and that's what I'm using as the curve of the punched out image. What I haven't done is told you that this circle template that I'm using is punched from a 1 1/4 punch, and it allows for 6 snowflakes to go around the outside almost perfectly if I do the lining up. So that's my green. Cherry Cobbler. Reminder to myself that I've got a Cherry Cobbler ribbon or twine, and that's how I remembered that I could actually put a little piece of ribbon for some dimension on this card. Now stamping my snowflake berries. Following similar line to to the circle that's there, trying not to go on it, and filling in some of the white space between the gap of the green wreaths. Now, the greeting that I've got is Merry Christmas for this one. The tail of the Y goes a little bit further than I'd like it to, but I'm not going to cut the end off. So I've just staggered it, and I've used my grid mat to line up the Merry and the Christmas. They're a 1/4 inch in height difference, but I think that's okay. And then I'm just going to step down here at the bottom, lining up my Christmas with the base of the card, because I know that's straight and I know that the Christmas is straight. And that's the card there. Pretty quick. Take off my temporary circle. I'm going to take my Cherry Cobbler, and if you watched last week's video, I said that I couldn't tie a bow or knot. Still can't. So what I'm doing is just taking the whole roll, which provides me less waste of ribbon, and tying a knot directly on, still on the ribbon. This side is angled to allow for no fraying, and I'm just going to snip the next side on an angle. Oh, well, there's a little bit of waste. My tails aren't the right length. And using a glue dot, I'm going to adhere that. The glue dot's a bit big, so I'm just going to fold it over, give myself a little more adhesion. And it will just tuck in the ends of the ribbon, end of the adhesive. And sticking that in the center of my wreath. Great. Using my tape gun. I should have mounted this to the card first, but that's okay. Just go around that bump. Woohoo, that was fun. Alright, putting this on the Cherry Cobbler that's on the garden green. Quick, easy assembly of a card. And that is my 4th of, I think, the 13 weeks. Maybe I'll get in 14 weeks of Christmas. And I thank you for watching. Please subscribe to my YouTube channel. I'll also have a link to my Facebook page as well as my Etsy shop. Have a great day.